H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometime Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is Wednesday. Women Rock Wednesday is in the building. I can't wait to get this show started. Yesterday was such a banner show. I got a chance. Listen, when you want to voice, if I got somebody out here want to call in and let me know, Robert, I want to call in a minute. Put it on the screen and let me know. I'll put up the hotline for you to be able to get in. We can talk about it a little bit. We open it up a little bit. You know, that was Women Rock Wednesday. Today is, women. You know, and thank you so much yesterday, Mindy Collins, for coming on and sharing, the ordeal and celebration of your sister's life yesterday. It's unique to sentencing phase. I some things I want to read about that again today. I saw. I want to share with people today. Unique time. Mindy was helped me out. She was the first person to ever call in to the show, and I'll never forget that. And thank you. Women Rock Wednesday was built, or was not necessarily built, was derived because I always want to celebrate women, because women are very, very, very important to me. 5 sisters, mother, yes, 5. So I'm gonna always look out for the women. I mean, and we're gonna fight, we're gonna claw, we're gonna do everything. But guess what? We always got each other's back. It's always, if you know anything about me, if I'm with you, I'm with you. But if I'm against you, I don't know about that. But Women Rock Wednesday today. Let me shout out to all my women on here. Let me see. Fellas, I'm sorry. I can't mess with you today. Y'all cool, but y'all ain't that cool. We got Dale Griggs is in the building. I saw Sonia Billingsley is in the building. D. White is in the building. Belinda Johnson's in the building. Mindy Collins is in the building. That's all I needed to start the show. Thank you, Paul. That's all I needed. And anybody want to call in again today, except Paul Moran? I'm kidding, Paul. Let me know if you got something to really share. Don't be played with. But do me a favor right now. Just text somebody, tag somebody, and tell somebody. Text 5 people. The last 5 people who text you, half of them probably wanted something from you. And let them know that the Chop Shop is on right now. Tell them that you're only inviting them because you care about their well-being and the welfare of their family. When you tell somebody like that, they got it going on. Rock Nasty, what's up, baby? Rock Nasty, when you want to call in and talk, I got you, baby. I got you. Let me know. But I had a unique time last night, y'all. Had a great time at U of H last night. Y'all missed it. A lot of y'all I did not see last night. U of H gave a scrimmage last night. Rosie in the building. Hey, Rosie. A scrimmage last night. Paul Miranda. Oh my God. I saw Kingston Flemings in the building. John Clark was in the building. A few more guys, recruits were in the building. TSU. U of H put on they put on a great event last night, man. Free to the public. It was packed. Whole one half of the thing was, it was just unbelievable. The support. Thank you for people who came out. The people who didn't, hey, y'all don't go to nothing anyway, so it's all good. We'll just do it without you. But great time last night. This JoJo Tugler, oh my goodness, from Klein Forest. He was amazing. LJ Cryer. Have y'all ever seen a player that every time he shoot the ball, you think it's going in? Every time you shoot, no, the basketball scrimmage. They had an early scrimmage. I'm glad you said that. They had an early scrimmage because on Friday they leave for Australia and going to be gone for 14 days. If U of H can get Kingston Flemings, you're absolutely right. Let me tell you something. I met him. I came up to him. Y'all know I don't go up to people. I came up and said, young fella, young fella, I like your game. I just had to talk to you. I had to come up to him last night and talk to him. I met his father. But U of H, let me tell y'all something, man. That Kevin Sampson is amazing. This LJ Cryer. Let me tell y'all something. Shooting is a gift. Because I know a lot of people work on their shooting and still can't shoot. But shooting is a gift. Everybody don't have that gift. If you can go around the NBA, you can go on your team, you can go on your summer team. You ain't every team don't have no shooter. You never have a team full of shooters. It's a gift. Some people can work on it 1,000,000 times a day and still can't make a bucket. I'm just telling you. Something is innate about shooters. LJ Cryer, every time he put it right here, I'm telling you, every ball seemed like it was going in. I mean, it was so unique. And Emmanuel Sharp, he's a sharp shooter. Duncan is a sharp. All my man got to do, Jamal Shad got to do is find which one is hot. I mean, it just Marcus Sasser came back. I think Quentin Grimes was by there early, but I didn't see him. What's the guy they call him? Dickey? The kid from Louisiana, he was there. Fabian White was there. Jalen always there. Galen Robinson always there. But they put on a show, Doc. That JVF Francis, he had a couple of dunks. I'm still thinking they need to go check the rim because it might not be 10 feet no more. It might be something else. What else happened in that game, man? It was just unique, man. Getting the chance to see these guys this early playing basketball, and they were going at it. You know, sometimes them scrimmages, you know how everybody, this wasn't no All-Star game. Them dudes was going at it, y'all. They split up the Terrace Arsenal. He was in this scrimmage. You could tell he was okay. He wasn't great in the scrimmage. The guys, you know, I like to talk about greats. If you were you there, Marcus Carroll? Did you see it? You wasn't there. Evidently, you wasn't there. You wasn't there. But I'm just telling you what happened last night. I know Terrence Arsenal is a wolf. He ain't no dog. You know, because wolves eat dogs. So y'all can keep the dogs. Let's start grooming some wolves around here. Because wolves eat dogs. Okay, Marcus. So don't be in the gym talking about, man, you need to be a dog. No, you need to be a wolf. Let me see who else. Yeah, evidently you wasn't at the game last night. I know he wasn't. He just talked. Kingston sophomore sister Bella can go. Oh, okay. I saw it was a whole group of guys, but this LJ, man. LJ has gotten so much better, man. Not everyone can shoot. I'm just telling you. He said they just think they can. You're absolutely right, Paul Miranda. And you're supposed to work on your game, but I'm just saying it's a gift. It's a gift. What's up? Derek Lane is in the building. My nephew is back in the building. Let me see what else somebody. Yeah, be a wolf. Don't be no dog no more. JVF Francis is transforming. Yes, yes, he does. But this Damian Dunn, this Sharp, and LJ Cryer, I don't know. Because if you load up on any one of those dudes on one side, the other guy's wide open on the other side. It's going to be hard to defend them guys. And not right now, around December and January. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Do we have any Houston players in that ESPN money tournament? I don't know. I don't know if we have any in there. I mean, don't you watch the games? They'll tell you. Yeah. Yeah, I got Paul Miranda. That wasn't my words. I got that from Jerry West. Jerry West said, these people talking about dogs. I ain't no dog. I'm a wolf. I used to eat dogs. So I like that. But U of H put on a show last night. Thank you so much. Shed is the key. Absolutely. Shed is a mom. They gotta do. I got to think of his name. Man, what's the kid's name? Last name Wilson. Y'all, I got to call this kid name out. Hold up. Malik. Is it Malik? Is it Malik Wilson? I got to call his name. U of H basketball. I got to call his name out. If anybody find it, put it up on the screen for me. UH basketball. I'm trying to find it because I ain't got time. Y'all take too long. Men's basketball. Let me see. That little dude, hey, he don't even know I'm finna talk about him right now. But I'm finna talk about it. Yeah, I'm finna talk about it. Let's see. Did they have? Oh, they had a box score last night. Okay. LJ Cryer. I mean, this it's just unbelievable. But let me look at the guy. He was on LJ's team. And see, don't nobody know. LJ running the point or he's playing. He doing both. He doing both. If you had been there last night, you would have saw it. He had to run point on this team because Shed was out. LJ Cryer is a basketball player. There y'all go with that point and all that old stuff. He's a basketball player. What's the kid name? Just got drafted by the Detroit Pistons. What y'all call him? Getting drafted by the Detroit Pistons. That's what you call Marcus Sasser. And all y'all used to talk about, is he this? He did. Guess what he is? An NBA player on a roster. For all y'all talking about transform and had a ball in his hands and all that. Sasser, they said the same thing about him. And guess what? Guess what he is right now? He ain't no PG. He's an NBA player. Y'all, is he this? Is he this? Is this? I never forget this one kid. He was a leading scorer in college. Leading scorer in the college history of the guy. He came to the Houston Rockets camp trying to pass the damn ball, and they cut his ass first day. Dude, you a scorer. You score this basketball. Everybody don't have the gift. LJ Cryer has an elite gift. I'd rather do what LJ Cryer can do than any other PG just dribbling dribbling all. I'd rather have that gift because that gift right there is hard to come by. Everybody can't. Every time the man pulled this guy, Malik, oh my God, this boy Malik Wilson, this is what I like about him. Jamal Shed came down and ripped him. And go the other way. Dude went right back and ripped him right back. And that's not for you, just for you, Herb. It's all of y'all who out there running y'all. Everybody. What is he? Has he got the ball in his hand? If he got I don't care what. He can shoot the piss out the basketball. And guess what? Go and look at your list on the NBA team, on any college team, and find me somebody that can shoot that basketball. That's what Marcus Sasser did last year, didn't he? And I think he got Detroit Pistons love him. And 40-piece in Summer League. Malik. What you said about Malik? He transferred from Texas Tech. I like that kid. I like him. I like the big fella. Golly, I don't know his number. Wait, what is his number? The tall kid. What's the big fella's name? Somebody help me. The big light-skinned kid, freshman. He was on Ramon Walker got some work to do. The kid might be, what is his name? Big guy. He might be Jacob McFarland. I don't know. I got to look at it. Let me look at it. Hold up. Let me look at it. I got to find him. I like to know these kids, man. I'm not calling their games, but I still like to know the kids, the roster. I want to look at him again. big tall guy. He gonna be pretty good. He gonna be that JoJo Tugler. That's all I can say. JoJo, please show me pictures. Okay, okay, I'm getting the pictures of him. Freshman, 16. It's Jacob McFarland. That's his name. McFarland. Jacob McFarland. Jacob. No, not Juwan Roberts didn't play. He was in a boot. He was in a boot. No. McFarland. Yes. He gonna be all right, y'all. Hold on one second, y'all. He gonna be pretty decent. Y'all, let me tell you something. That man loading up for the Big 12, man. Coach ain't playing no games, man. Let me see. Ramon got to get better, man. Ramon, you're junior now. This your dude telling you, you got to get better. Manuel Sharp was awesome. Yeah, Malik, that's his name, Malik Wilson. But when Juwan come back, it's going to be a whole different thing. Yes, McFarland is great. I just wanted to share that with y'all. What else happened out there? I saw something. I'm trying to see if I'm going to go here first or where. Let's see. Did I? Okay, let me go here. I saw something. And I love for y'all to be aware of stuff like this. And I have to make sure I let you know, in case you're not, you're not paying attention. The Orlando Magic just donated $50,000 to Ron DeSantis. It's the first time they have supported a presidential candidate. Do y'all know who Ron DeSantis is? Do anybody know? Because I want to find out. Do everybody know who Ron DeSantis is? Right? If you don't know who he is, let me know. Just let me know. Cause I got to talk to y'all about this. Because Orlando Magic, I'm just thinking about these people. Orlando Magic. Do anybody know who Ron DeSantis is? Do anybody not? Do you know? If somebody know who he is, say yes or something. Say something. Okay, there you go. Kirk Dorsey is there with me. Okay. All right, there we go. Ron DeSantis is the governor of Florida. Rob Young, that's the dude that was head of the crew of people that in Florida saying the curriculum you got to teach the kids in public schools is that slavery helped the people enslaved learn some valuable skills that help them personally in their life. That's that dude. Okay. Okay. Now I know y'all there. Yeah. So yes, there you go. Ken Dean, thank you, baby. Ken Dean said, so they support his thinking. Shake him out. Now, y'all got to realize now, this family owns a franchise in the league that's 70% plus black, and they financially support a candidate that believes slavery was a good thing and has zero issues adjusting the curriculum of impressionable children to teach them such trash. That's who Ron DeSantis is, Rob. So the Orlando Magic, who have a majority black roster, a black head coach, a black GM, decided it was a good idea to support a man that claims that slavery had personal benefits for the enslaved. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. It's the first time that the DeVos family, I know this family. They the same family that owned the team when Penny was there. Has used this NBA franchise to financially support a candidate for president. I got a question. You know Ron DeSantis is the same guy that's in a fight with Disney, telling Disney what they can't do because Disney didn't want to follow his policies. But if you know anything about the Orlando Magic, the patch on their jersey is Disney. I know Disney finna take that patch clean. Disney finna withdraw all of that sponsorship, I think. See, y'all, I know I'm going, y'all ain't understanding. Does Disney still pay to have the logo on their jersey? This may be a little awkward for them. Think about that. Go just Google Ron DeSantis versus Disney, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I am glad I talked about it because I didn't know, a lot of people didn't know who Ron DeSantis is. And he's running for president, Rob. He ain't got no supporters though, but they support him. And then I look, y'all check this out. This wasn't happening when I came out, when I was playing basketball. The G League, Cleveland Charge, that's the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's their, now next year, every team will have a G League team. The last team to come in was Phoenix. So every team got a G League team. All 30 teams got a G League affiliate, so a farm team. But the G League in Cleveland will hold open tryouts on Saturday, September the 16th. Rod, that's what I just asked. Is there a conflict of interest? It should be. That's what I'm asking you. If somebody trying to tell me and try to sue me, and then the friend of mine, another business partner of mine supporting that person, I tried to tell y'all yesterday. I tried to tell y'all. Y'all watch these friends of y'all who come and tell y'all stuff that other people saying about you. I'm going to repeat this because you just made me think about it again. Faith comes by hearing and hearing the word. If somebody coming to tell Ken Dean, Ken, so-and-so over here said, talk to you, man, you ain't it. Ken Dean, my favorite statement to them is, I ain't worried about him talking about me. Why was he so comfortable talking about me to you? Why? To you. I know why. Because your ass was talking too. But back to Disney. No, back to Cleveland Charge. They holding the G League team. Watch this, Kendi. Anybody in the pro-am, the summer, no excuses pro-am, them play, oh, that stuff gonna heat up this weekend. Oh my God. Friday, oh my God, it's gonna get hot. Check this out. The Cleveland Charge will hold open tryouts. Open. That means any one of y'all who think y'all can ball, man, they sleeping on me, man. The NBA sleeping on me, man. They sleeping. Get your ass Cleveland. Watch this. Saturday, September the 16th. You got time to get a ticket. You got time to get a cheap ticket. You're more than a month out. I don't know about the Windy City Bulls. I don't know nothing about them. I know about the Cleveland. I don't know about them. I ain't got their information. What's the Bulls' information? Since you're saying they're doing it as well, put the information on the screen. At 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Htx in North Ridgeville, Ohio, up to 3 players from tryout eligible for charge training camp. Up to 3 players from tryout eligible for their training camp. I'm just reading off that thing. For the record, guard forward Jermaine Haley and forward Gabe Asimone, whatever his name is. Sorry, Mr. Asimone. Made the charge opening day roster from the tryout last year. Did y'all hear what I just said? Y'all hear what I just said? Listen. The Cleveland Charge. All y'all think y'all guys can. Look at that. The Windy City Bulls. All of y'all that think y'all kids can hoop. These guys can hoop. I'm talking about pros now. Man, he slept on him, man. Man, he was all conference. He get a chance. He get a chance. You got to pay that bread though. I think what they said. They had a whole lot of stuff. Oh, here it is. What's it? Oh, I got the whole thing. First step in registration. Print out and fill out the local player trial. Is it just for local players? Okay, for local players. It's the Rockies gonna have one. Because this said print and fill out the 2023 local player trial registration. That's why you have to read. I'm glad I read this. Player release and eligibility form and medical consent. You come in there and fall out, it ain't gonna be on them. Pay $200 registration fee. You got to pay online. Your spot will not be reserved until you complete that step. No 200. Y'all remember? Jonathan Simmons paid that $150 and wind up getting a few mil out of that deal. Scan and complete the document and find and email them to the charges. The charge tryouts at gmail.com. Man, I think this is good. And then he says that the Windy City Bulls are having a tryout too. I wish I can pull up that link. Let me see, can I pull up that link? That is moving. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? That means I wonder what the Houston Rockets gonna do. I'm just wondering, all right? I'm asking for a friend. And then people talking about local. You mess around and pay that money? I got it already. Okay. I like that. How the Seawalk made his big announcement yesterday. Where did he make it at? Well, let him make his announcement. I don't know nothing about his announcement. I don't know nothing about Seawalk's announcement. I mind my business. But shout out to what else? TSU. I got to talk about TSU a little bit more. TSU, get ready to hey y'all, them season tickets are going fast. Them President Club tickets I was telling y'all about for that September the 2nd game, dude. You better hurry up if you want to be in the President Club. If you don't, it's okay. Single game tickets are on sale. And do me a favor, just don't go and buy tickets from the for the one game. Go and support the whole season. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not that expensive. I'm putting the name on the bottom of the of the screen, and Texas Southern football. And I want y'all to do the same thing for the basketball team, the Texas Legends. So okay, see Texas okay, the Texas G League team got tryouts. Okay, so guess what? It ain't no excuse, y'all. I mean, it's hard to make, but it ain't no excuse. Thank y'all so much. Alpha, shout out to the Astros too, man. Golly. What is his name? Famber Valdez. Did I pronounce his name right, Mindy? Is now the first lefty to throw a no-hitter for the Astros. He's the 16th pitcher in Astros history to throw a no-no. I shout out to him. That's what Mindy, that was for you. I got that one just for you. And I get, y'all, guess what I found out? I talked to the owner, because he saw the show yesterday. I talked to the owner from Mimi's New Orleans Cafe and Oyster Bar, right? And Cleopatra's. And guess what they tell me yesterday? They told me, at any time, not just for fight night on Saturday, at any time, you go to their establishment and say, I heard about y'all on the Chop Shop. Can't say Robert Hatter. Leave me out of it. Say, I heard about it on the Chop Shop. And you receive a complimentary order of their world famous Mardi Gras shrimp. Now, if you can't eat shrimp, okay. But if you can, yes. No, listen. On whatever day you go on, he told me it forever. That's what he said, forever, ever. Because he want to let y'all understand. He wants your business and he wants you to be happy. Hey, they ain't trying to get, because this lady put out something about Houston restaurants, this in Houston. Y'all, it's Houston restaurants that owned by black people. Ain't trying to gouge you. They're looking out for you. So I want you to tell a friend, tell another friend, Mimi's New Orleans Cafe and Oyster Bar, right next door to Cleopatra's Cigar and Cognac Lounge. I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth it. Okay? Got that out the way. All right? Let me see what else I had. Had something else for y'all before I really, really get into it. Oh! Y'all know how I always complain about, when I go watch basketball, I can't stand nobody. Let me tell you something. What I love about the U of H game last night. You didn't see all that dribble. That ball was saying, pop, 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 pop. Share the show, everybody. That ball was popping around like this on both teams. Pop, 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 pop. Because that's what the coach emphasized. That's what he stressed. When I come and watch y'all teams in the summer and I tell y'all I'm tired of watching that bad basketball, I ain't talking about the kids. I'm really talking about the people who teaching the kids. I ain't talking about the babies. They only, if that's what they been taught. They trainer got them doing it. Going around them cones. Them cones don't move, y'all. All that old training with cones, them cones don't move. Them human beings coming at you behind. And but I enjoyed U of H last night, man. One team, let me see which team it was. Let me make sure. How much do they need to pay? You may have mentioned it already, but I'm just now. Who you talking about? How much who has to pay? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're talking about. You talking about the G League team? Leah? So y'all won't think I'm talking to myself. How much do who have to pay? How much they need to pay? You have mentioned it already. But how much who has to pay? Y'all let me know when she put what she want up there. But I guess I talked about U of H guys, but I was impressed. Emmanuel Sharp had 19. Cones, trash cans, chance unallowed on the floor during the bats. Ooh, thank you, Herb. Thank you, Herb. Leah, what who have to pay? I don't. Trainers. Let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out. This come from my dude. This come from the master. And he can dribble. He dribbles. Sometimes he dribbles too much, but he trying to do something with his dribble. But he trying to teach these kids. And I'm watching y'all. I'm serious. All you coaches and I coach the Houston Junebugs. I'm the head coach of the Houston whatever. But I go out here and these dudes got to spend 10 dribbles and that ain't went no damn well. Coach, come on. And it might not be your fault, Coach. You just had him for the summer. But you need to tell him, oh, $200. Yes, okay. I got you. You're just taking too long. So I got this tweet. That said trainers teaching these kids to dribble when they can't even do that when they play. One of the greats telling what it really is and how to really play. I'm gonna let y'all hear it in a minute. He said, for those of you who love to dribble, listen to this quote from one of the greatest players in the world. Share the show right quick. Check this out.
Catching and shooting, I'm catching and ripping, or I'm catching and giving up. If you held the ball for 1 second, that's a grenade and it blew up and you're done. All right, so think about that. I need to have 0.5 seconds to make a decision, and that's when you start to get the dominoes to fall. All right? On the weak side, strong side, whatever it is. We're giving y'all some terminology. Remember 0.5 basketball. That's a good one to take back to y'all team. Just us one, two, or not just us, that's what he said. Catching and shooting, I'm catching and ripping.
Did y'all hear? I'm gonna play it again so you can hear it. Share the show. Play it again so you can hear it. If you held the ball for 1 second, it's a grenade and it'll blow up. Every last kid in the U of H camp I went to would have blowed up. Would have been on like the Kingsmen. You know, they had to put the thing in your ear and everybody blow up. Y'all got to go. Y'all got to find that movie. He said, so think about it. I only have 0.5 seconds to make a decision. That's when the dominoes begin to fall. Hear it again. There's something that need to be given to little Johnny, your little son. When you're telling him to shoot the damn ball and telling everybody else to pass, tell your son to pass it too. Watch this.
Catching and shooting, I'm catching and ripping, or I'm catching and giving up. If you held the ball for 1 second, that's a grenade and it blew up and you're done. All right, so think about that. I need to have 0.5 seconds to make a decision, and that's when you start to get the dominoes to fall. All right? On the weak side, strong side, whatever it is. We're giving y'all some terminology. Remember 0.5 basketball. That's a good one to take back to y'all team. Just us one, two, or not just us.
He said that's a good terminology to take back to your team. Good terminology to take back to your team. Good terminology to take back to your team. Take a quick break. I got something for y'all when I come back. It's going to be a quick break, but give me a second. I'll be right back. That young man right there, Kelton Solomon, Solomon Brian Wines. Yeah, I refill my Solomon and Brian Wines. Uh, he had this Friday, every Friday until he says otherwise. Um, he have a wine tasting. Come in and taste either one of the wines that he has. Got assorted flavors. Go to the website solomonbryant.com. Or great wine. Um, so on Friday, from 6 to 9 at the Roof in Sugarland, he has his wine tasting every Friday. So go back there, just go back there and buy a bottle of wine. Go back there and holler at him. Get your sample of each one of the wines if you're not sure. You know, some people are not sure. I don't know which wine. Go by there, and they'll let you sample each one of them. They'll let you sample and how many times. You might be drunk by the time you leave there, but and make sure you have a driver, a responsible driver. Have somebody like me who don't drink, and to come to come there with you. So. Just wanted to share that with you. But I got a topic. You see, I don't know if you looked. I got some people behind me. Uh, he says some people get dribble to get themselves up. Some people dribble to get a shoot open. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We hear you. We hear you, Paul. You, Paul Miranda. I'd rather listen to Stephon Curry than Paul Miranda. I promise you. But the Jamaican soccer team, women's soccer team, they had to launch a GoFundMe to help pay for their trip to the Women's World Cup. They just knocked out Brazil and they're headed to the 16th round for the first time in the nation's history. Jamaica. Jamaican women's football team, they call it football, team were forced to crowdfund in order to attend. And just tell you a few things about it. The Jamaican women's football team, they call them the Reggae Girls. They recently received uh, a lengthy statement on Instagram detailing the frustration released. I mean, the frustration and disappointment of the Jamaican Football Federation and its lack of support for the women's team. The post detailed the inadequate training conditions, transportation. Matter of fact, they got stuck in Houston one time. That's why I remember them. And nutrition, as well as a lack of accessibility to crucial resources. The team go on to express how they've been forced to miss out on a number of important official FIFA friendly matches, subsequently impacting their training schedules and potentially damaging their chance of success in the upcoming World Cup. World Cup. Uh, Despite the federations having promised to resolve any of these issues or complaint, no legitimate changes have been made to adequately address the problems. And the World Cup's fastly approaching. I mean, and they had a GoFundMe called "The Reggae Girls Rise Up," and the goal was to raise enough money to cover the cost of the team they might need on their journey during the tournament. Um, it's let's see, the 19. Let me go down a little bit. It's a mother of one of the kids said it's a costly journey. The journey to Australia it was costly endeavor, and she said her intention was to allow both the staff and the players to focus on competition and help raise funds. One of the mothers of the girls. Um, the GoFundMe raised over 48,000, and the final target being 100,000, as evident within the team statement. It's a systemic issue with the Jamaican Football Federation, and they just ain't giving these people enough money, and we need to know about that. Uh, how they do female, because you know uh, our female soccer players were complaining about something, not in this dire, but I never forget. I remember those women were stuck in Houston. I don't know what time it was. They let's see. Okay, it was in yeah, in Houston. Yeah, last year the Reggae Girls were left stranded in Houston, Texas, only days after the team made the Caribbean football history with back-to-back qualification for the World Cup. The team were left to fend for themselves after being informed that there was not enough money available to clear their luggage, subsequently resulting in them missing the connecting flight. Moreover, only a few weeks prior, the men's Jamaican football team were left abandoned in South Africa following another match, man. Yeah, so I just want to make y'all aware of that. Aware of that. It's unique. It's a unique situation, and it need to be taken care of. Something. I'm glad it's Women Rock Wednesday because it's another topic. He said the U.S. had a huge fight over that. Yes, the U.S. absolutely. Um, and then I saw where all HBCU fans. I saw this. I want to share this with you. U.S. players really hating on the current team. Not a good look. I heard. Something is going on, Mindy, that we don't know about. And before I pass judgment on them, something is going on. I saw Rapino say something. I didn't understand what she was talking about, but it's something going on with U.S. Soccer, man, and we can't say the players are hating. These players might have a legitimate gripe. I don't know, but I don't know if y'all familiar with this. ESPN is going to have an HBCU national band titles. They call it Drumline meets college football. You know, usually they have the showcase, the battle of the bands. They don't have a winner. This time, they're going to declare a winner in Division One and Division Two of HBCU football. They said 4 elite HBCU bands will head to Atlanta this December to compete for a national championship under the lights. The premise of this new event may sound something like the movie Drumline, but it's actually happening this year. It's happening. ESPN Events is putting on an event, y'all, Friday, December the 15th at the Mercedes Dome. I'm at mark my calendar for this. To run just ahead of the Cricket Wireless Celebration Bowl. That's when the SWAC champion plays the other champions, what the CIA, the other champion. They play against them to be named, you know, in division. But in this band thing, it's going to be Division One and Division Two. They're going to bring the bands from both, from you know, not just the top HBCUs, but Division Two. It's going to be 2 different crowns. Most of the HBCU band events are showcased without any declared winner. They said that, and that won't be the case in this event. It will be a true competition with a declared winner. The MEAC, thank you. Just like the movie. He said John Grant, the executive director of the Celebration Bowl, and the driving force behind the event said it's not quite, I think it's unique. It's not quite a movie come to life. It's more of like a marching band version of another event in the world of college football. They talking about like it's a Final Four. It's very similar. They say it's college football playoffs. They're gonna have a committee of professionals who are experts, and they are using their expert evaluation on a regular basis. They're gonna go around looking at the teams, so it's neutral, and they want to make sure that this is a neutral evaluation and based on the objective criteria that the committee develops, because the committee will develop the criteria by which, you know, they will adjudicate. So they're gonna have a committee that say this was what we're looking for. Grant made it clear that this is not a battle of the bands or a showcase. As with the college football playoff, a champion in both divisions will be crowned. This is not an invitation. Okay, you can't be invited. It's not a showcase, he said. It's not just you have. It's not just you have to be there to exhibit. You are there to compete. against that other dude, that other person, and you are there to win. This is a band of the year competition. You'll have to earn it your way here. Let me show you some more. I just said the event will be broadcast on ESPN platforms and will be simulcast on ESPN.com. He said, here are a few things about the event. The HBC, they will be financially awarded. They don't know the name of the price yet, how much they will be rewarded, because they got sponsors coming in and they determine how many sponsors they have. The Division II bands will be there. Conference affiliation don't matter. The completion is conference neutral. The competition, I mean, is conference neutral, meaning the teams outside of the HBCU conferences, outside the MEAC, and the SWAC, and the SIAC, and the CIAA will be eligible as well. That includes North Carolina A&T, the Blue and Gold Marching Machine, Hampton University's Marching Force, and Tennessee State's Aristocrat Bands. We have a committee of experts, and they're going to be going, I think it's going to be like they're going to go watch them the whole year, right? You know, like certain games you're going to go watch, so events you're going to go watch. And they're going to pick the ones who are going to be in the Final Four. So, and I found out too, the SWAC championship game at the Bayou Classic will not be a part of the schedule of the evaluation, because they're going to cut it off in mid-November. So that won't be, that ain't going to, them two bands there, they ain't going to be part of the competition. They're going to be evaluating the bands way before that. And I just wanted to share that with y'all in case, you know, the people who like the bands. And I want to share some. I got this, came across my desk from the Chambers County courts. I want to share some things, because yesterday Mindy so graciously came on the show and shared some stuff that I've been just wondering about for a long time. And I'm gonna read this from the Chambers County jury made justice happen yesterday for the loved ones of Christina Christie Payne. After sentencing Marcus Posey to 60 years for a murder, the trial, which began Monday, was an emotional one for many involved. There were dozens of witnesses and several days worth of testimony. Chambers County. Before I finish reading that, let me put this. Let me tell you something. Put this beautiful picture up here. I got to. I can't even play around with it. Hold on. So y'all can know who I'm talking about. The trial, which began Monday, was an emotional one for everybody involved. There were dozens of witnesses and several days worth of testimony. Chambers County District Attorney Cheryl Lee Henry tried the case, and Assistant District Attorney Eric Casarena was co-counsel. She said, I can't bring Christy back. The jury can't bring her back. I can't make it right that her son has to grow up without a mother. Marcus Posey took her life. And in doing so, he took both parents away from that precious boy. But what the jury did do today was show that when you murder somebody in Chambers County, it's taken seriously, D.A. Henry said. She thanked the friends and families that showed up for the trial, the Baytown police officer who conducted the investigation, the Chambers County Sheriff's Office to ensure a safe environment, court staff, and the jury. She said, this is a great example of justice. And I want to read some, because many I'm listening this morning. I saw your post, and I want to share it with people, because this, I wanted people to know who, I want to put a face with Christy. Mindy, I'm going to put that on screen for you. Then I'm going to read what you read, that you so posted. You said, So I want to wait until it was settled to post this. In spite of an awful and sensitive display by his family and the false claims of how Christie died, justice was served. Posey was found guilty, felony murder, and received 60 years. He would be eligible for parole in 30 years. This week was an emotional roller coaster. This Mindy talking. We saw Christie in a way we shouldn't have. I'm so thankful to God that who saw us through this very difficult journey. Thank you to all our friends and family who were with us during this week. Thank you to all of you who prayed for our family and continue to do so. This is in Anahuac, which is pretty far away. I don't take their presence for granted. I'm thankful to the prosecutor, her team, and her family. They cried with us, wow, and held hands waiting on the verdict with us. I'm thankful for the jury. This was a unanimous conviction. They weren't fooled by the nonsense presented. This doesn't bring Christie back, but it sure feels great. Please, we now seek prayers for Mason as we now are going into the next journey with the custody battle for young Mason. Mindy also said the prosecutor's family came and supported adult children and husband, one whose birthday was during the trial, sat all day doing every day through the trial. They cried with us. Wow. Prosecutor was a pit bull. Wow. I gotta take a quick break on that one. Just a quick one. I'll be right back.
Someone had a birthday party at our restaurant next door, Mimi's New Orleans Cafe. They asked if they could smoke cigars on the patio. Told them yes, and they stayed a little late, and they said we don't have anything like this in this area. So we decided to pray on it, and collectively we decided to move forward. You know, there's a need for it. This is this old part of Richmond. It's growing. The new courthouse is right there. The sheriffs come here. We get their full support. They just had a function here a couple weeks ago, and we get it.
I'm back. Cleopatra's. I saw some, and I want to talk to my ladies today. All right? It's Women Rock Wins. I need to talk to y'all. I need y'all. No one, Mindy. No one. No one. Girl, you just don't understand. Wow. Mindy, I have to confess. I had one of my nephews was murdered by a guy, and so I know how you feel. Young man, 20 years old, probably, got murdered. So I understand. Believe you me, I understand. But I saw something this weekend. And I want to talk to my ladies about it. It's Women Rock Wins. Y'all got to help me. I saw this, right? Now I understand it a lot better. Young lady said, people are so mad that I should have put it on the screen. Did I have it to put it on the screen? Hold up. I might have had it. Hold up, y'all. So y'all can read it with me. You know I can't see. Got so much stuff going on here. No, it's not. I did. But young lady said, people are so mad. I didn't take Cardi B opportunity today because I decided to service my already booked clients. Y'all have to understand my clients deserve to be serviced. I've counseled before for celebrity and regretted because I lost those clients. I'm loyal to the soil. Loyal to the soil. What do y'all think about this? Because I got some more Cardi B stuff. You know, we're in the barber shop. We're in the beauty shop right now. And I've had situations where players came to town and needed their haircut. Uh, and, you know, certain guys said, man, I got to cut my regular's hair. And I understood it. I believe you may have understood it. And so I found me one guy that, you know, he's able to stop and do it whenever he, you know, get a chance to do it. I mean, you know, he'll come and you know, and hey, got a great relationship. Matter of fact, this has been, what, 10 years. These guys still call this guy. But this young lady, people were mad at her because, what do y'all think? If you had to get a haircut, many of you had to get that pretty hair of yours now, and you got an appointment, and the next thing you know, little mama ain't there because she finna go off and go with to do Beyonce's hair, Kelly Rowland's hair, Shalon's hair. Who else come in? Meg Thee Stallion's hair, nails, or whatever. How would y'all feel about that? I think the young lady is right. She's called Nails by Taya. That's her name. She got a hell of a other handle. She got a hell of a handle though. But what do y'all think about that? And another Cardi B note that I wanted to share with y'all, and I had it for y'all the other day, but I had to wait for Women Rock Wednesday. And nothing against her. I like her. I really like her. But watch this. I don't want to play it too much because, you know, I copyright infringement. I turned it down as much as I could. I'm going to try to play it again. I want y'all to see what happened. Somebody apparently threw some liquid up on her, and she threw the microphone and hit the person. I'm going to try it again. Y'all, it's a phenomenon out there. A lot of people throwing stuff on stages, y'all. Matter of fact, I got some information. I don't know what's wrong with these and that girl, whoever this lady is, she filed a lawsuit, um, filed battery lawsuit against Cardi B after the incident. Video shows somebody throwing some liquid at the rapper, and she throws a microphone in the crowd. And but it's this incident, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Mate, you've been in these situations. You've been a performer. You notice. She said, "I'm tired of these fans." See that? I love you, Mate. See, this incident comes as a growing trend at concerts this summer continues to rise, throwing objects at performers from Drake to who else? Pink, BB Rexa, Lotto, and now Cardi B. Some woman threw a big ass bra up there for Drake. And Drake said, "Baby, I don't know what he said. He said something, girl, if you're driving, I don't know what he said. He said something crazy. He shouldn't have said that though. But what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, with Sterling Creek said Sterling, I saw you last night. How you like the game last night, Sterling Creeks? Some friends had the same sense of entitlement. Man, you know what, man? I like that. Sterling Creek, boy, you can tell he got a fiance. Boy, he takes like long time ago, I never forget when dude was one dude said, "Man, you always, man, you don't," he said, "Man, you don't wear your," he said, "You don't wear your ring." He said, "I know, I take my wife everywhere I go." Something like that. But Shout out to Sterling Creeks and his fiance. But Monte said something key, and I want to hear y'all. What's going on with these people throwing stuff? Is it clout chasing? Y'all help me. What's wrong with you? You know you video folks. You know everybody. They're doing it for the video. They're doing it for the gram. Monte said, I'm tired of these fans throwing stuff at these entertainers, bras and cell phone number. Oh, the cell phone? They threw a cell phone at the man. And a cell phone at another artist, and now just drink on card. They got to stop doing that. One report said Cardi B asked fans to spray her with water, and that's why the fans. Well, evidently she didn't want this girl spraying. Evidently. Kevin Lewis. Hold up. They said, hold up. Hold up though. That ain't what I want to. That ain't what I want to talk. Don't y'all see when she threw the mic? The song kept playing and she was singing. Was she lip syncing? Because there's some people say she was doing them in Milli Vanilli. I'm gonna play a little of it, y'all. The song was still playing now. Watch this now. What y'all got to say? Kevin Freeman, I ain't trying to make you laugh. I'm just trying to say, y'all talk to me. They comparing her to Milli Vanilli. The microphone, hold up, they said Cardi B's microphone, throw it live performance, will spawn a debate on the internet. But one is taking shape that's invoking the infamous duo Milli Vanilli. If you don't know them, they used to fake. They had them hell of a hits, couldn't sing a lick. Somebody else was singing. So Cardi B was singing in the background. I let y'all hear it. I couldn't let y'all hear too much because they'll cut, Facebook will cut you off. They Milli Vanilli on y'all. That's why I don't go to that mess. People in general have lost their mind in public social media. Yes. Watch closest to all the rap show. I don't watch them. See, y'all, thank you. I don't go no damn. I told y'all. My son, we was still in high school. We went to see Drake. That's the last time Robert had him. I don't call Jigga. Because I went to see Jigga. Yeah, I went to see Jigga. I call that an event, an experience. I don't call that a rap concert. Because, it's just different. Jay-Z's, he ain't no rapper. He's something else. And he says, okay for rappers? That's your opinion. It ain't okay for me. This bring back a lot of emotion from my cousin being gunned down by her husband. Wow, the same way. She left 11-year-old son. Yeah. Cardi B is from Castle Hill and straight gangster. What? Every action called the reaction. But yeah, Hattie, she was lip syncing. Castle Hill, and she a straight gangster. Castle Hill, and she from the Bronx. Where's she from? Where's she from the Bronx? Man, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I'm scared as hell of the Bronx. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I went to the Gauchos gym and I was trying to make sure everybody else got in their cars and stuff. And I just realized I left my car in the city. I rode with somebody. And Uber went out then. Man, and the cab wouldn't stop. Man, I had to get on the train. Let me tell y'all something. I never want to be in the Bronx like that again. With nothing. You can't carry up in New York no way. But he said, let me see. Y'all, I'm telling you, I don't mess with that Bronx. Ooh, the Bronx. Yay! I ain't gonna lie, Monte. I'm a grown ass man, but I ain't trying to go to no Bronx when I go to New York. I can't tell you no. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you, but I love Harlem. Explain to me, Monte. I love Harlem. Man, I go up in Harlem. I was walking and up and down the streets and around the corner. My hotel was in Harlem. I didn't even realize it, y'all. I mean, I just said, nice hotel. Not far from Columbia University. Me and my daughter walked. We talk about that all the time. We walked straight past the project on up to Morningside to go to Columbia. I'll never forget it. Castle Hill. 40 rappers on stage and everybody got a mic. Stop it. All rappers are doing that these days, trust me. Straight projects. J-Lo is from Castle Hill too. Y'all, I ain't lying. I was more nervous about being in the Bronx than I was. You remember, That Is Moody? You got to help me now, That Is Moody, because I don't know where I was now, That Is Moody. I'm about to bring Jimmy on right quick, and he probably just going to pop on. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Yeah, he just popped on. Jimmy, what's up, Doc? And That Is Moody. Tell me, I went down the freeway. I passed the White Sox Stadium. It was on my left. But I was going out. I don't know what neighborhood this was. They sent me out there to get my haircut. And I don't know. And I didn't realize till later. But I went out there. They looked out for me and took care of me. Carl Harris sent me out there. He said, man, you all right, man. You all right. I went to the barber shop, got my hair cut. Then later on, I talked to some more people talking about, man, do you know where you was? So I don't know the neighborhood. That is what side of Chicago that was. But I'll never forget, I thought I was cool. I thought I was cool, Jimmy, but I wasn't in no cool neighborhood. I wasn't in Jimmy, but I said, when we was talking about Cardi B, she from Castle Hill, and I said that's from the Bronx. Nigga, one of my most frightening moments as an adult, I was over at the Gaucho's gym and making sure everybody else get in their car and left. Then I forgot, shit, I rode with them. I'm trying to make sure, how the hell I'm going to get back? You couldn't get no cab because the cab wasn't stopping over there, Jimmy. I don't blame them. So I had to get on the train. I had to find out, hey, how the hell, what train I get on to go back to this? Get me back, Jimmy. All I was thinking about, get me back to Manhattan. I can get me back to downtown. I'm good. But I was over in that hood. I'll never forget that. But Jimmy, I was so comfortable being in Harlem. I went to who? Roral Barbershop. Robert Tate. Okay. What's that? Oh, that was on the south side. Jimmy, I was on the south side, Jimmy. Didn't know. I'm over there, don't know where the hell I'm at. Getting a haircut. I don't know what could have happened to me. But the Lord was protecting me. He was protecting me, Jimmy. I didn't know. But Jimmy, that Bronx. Jimmy, you ever been in the Boogie Down Bronx just by yourself? No, by yourself.
Not by myself.
I was by myself, not knowing the train system. And I had to ask one of them evil. There was some evil ass. Hey, I love you, Monte. There's some evil ass people in New York. They always think somebody trying to do something to them. Man, I went back in the Gaucho gym. I said, man, which one of these trains I get on to get back? Because ain't no cab stopping for no brother out there. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. But Jimmy, I go to Harlem like I'm that dude in Harlem, walking all around, going to all the shops. Going up to Sylvia's, the Red Rooster, whatever, who else, the Apollo and all that. I'm walking around there. Now I'm gonna tell you who don't go over there. The Rob don't go over to Harlem. Anytime I said meet him in Harlem. He met me one time in Harlem. We took a picture on Martin Luther King, Malcolm X Boulevard. But he don't like Harlem. My daughter like Harlem. So, but no, it's just crazy, man, up there in New York. But we was just talking about Cardi B, Jimmy. She threw the microphone and hit somebody in the crowd, and then the music kept playing and the song kept singing, and and they say it's normal for rappers to lip sync, and I didn't know that, and so they say it's normal. Rappers don't really be rapping, but Jay Z, he be rapping because he be saying some stuff that ain't on the album sometimes. So I mean, I don't know about all rappers, but
I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them do. A lot of them. That's why, because it got to a point. Remember that where it started messing with them with their record sales, because when people would hear them in a lot of them in person,
it didn't
they would be
sound good.
screaming and hollering so
Yeah.
much, and you can understand nothing they were saying. So a lot of them, lip syncing or singing over a track, or rapping over a track is not the easiest thing to do as well. Because your engineer got to be right on point with you, knowing when to stop, because you know when you're going to talk to the audience and all that. And
Look what
so,
Leah said. Leah,
yeah,
Leah, hold up, Leah. I passed right by your building because a partner of mine, hey, y'all, I ain't going to tell you about it. Man, he took pictures in front of the Cotton Club, man. He was just doing the most, man. I said, dude, you being a tourist, man. You can't be doing that. But yes, I know exactly where you stay, right across the street from the Cotton Club. Jimmy, I just think that's some historic stuff when I go up in New York. New York just a place that I love, but y'all can have the Bronx.
so we of course we're creeping up on the time, and where I promise you today shortly we're gonna give you the schedule for the uh, high school for our first scholastic girls basketball event in Houston. So I've been talking to a lot of high school coaches this morning on the girls' side, a few of them, I mean, and they are really, really, really excited. I had one girls coach call, say, "Man, I heard you releasing that schedule, man. Can we have a game on that day with a top team? Can we get in? Can we get in on that?" So then I was like, "Well, man, you sure that's your home game? If it's your home game, then I might be able to add it to the field. But if not, then that's on you got to talk to the other coach you're playing against." And so, sure enough, he didn't realize that wasn't his home game. You can't speak on it unless it's your home game to move it. So I
Well, why
so
didn't he call the other coach and say, "Man, it's your home game"? Hey,
well,
player.
but he didn't know. He didn't know because he had just got the job.
No, no,
So
no.
he didn't.
I know, but you call the other coach who you supposed to play and say, "Man, I know it's your home game. Would you mind coming over? Let's
That's what I'm
play it in."
saying. First, you get to call and find out what is it.
Who's is it? Yeah.
Then, yeah, that was the first guy. So he
Right.
called the other coach and he
Okay.
asked her,
Mm-hmm.
"Whose is it?" And the other coach said, "This is mine. I want to play you at my gym."
Oh, I got you. Okay. Okay. Say no more.
So,
Say no more. I
what I
like that
told
coach.
coach, well, coach, maybe next year, if you're interested, it's your home game next year. I can
Okay.
save you a whole
Okay.
bunch of expenses. That means if you don't play your home game, then I'm going to be paying for the police. I'm going to be paying for the doorkeepers. I'm going to be paying for the scorekeepers, the clock keepers, the medical personnel, and the referees. So that's what happens, guys, if you just wondered, when teams in the high school ranks don't play at home or play in neutral sites. That's why a lot of the neutral site games has become increasingly popular, because a lot of schools don't have the same budgets, and especially if you're talking about girls basketball, to cover one ref, not nevertheless three referees.
In
And
a regular game?
yeah, three refs.
No, no, no. I'm talking
Three
about
refs.
they don't have money to cover that.
No, not in the understand. It's expensive. They, of course, the money is in a kitty for you allocated for your seasonal expenses, but those things, man, that's a lot. Put it like this:
We know it's a
estimatedly,
lot. So you're saying so what are you saying? So no high school most high schools are just a
no,
few of them.
they they, they have enough. They have. Let's say if I gave you $1 to cover your season, right? And in that dollar, you're going to you have to budget as a CEO, as a CFO. You have to
Yeah.
budget that dollar. Okay, we need some old jock scraps. We need some old reversibles. We need this, and then we got four home games, freshman, varsity, JV for each of this. Now, hopefully, the door can get you halfway there or get you all the way there, depending on how potent your team is. But let's say if your team has no culture, then you have to budget that, because that means this may be cheaper for you to get a bus and get one of those buses. How to cost them probably about $250 to get one of those charter buses to take them from one school to the next, about $250, $300. Well, it might be cheaper for some schools to get a bus than to play a home game. Maybe for some, they don't have no culture at all. So yeah, it's but they don't. It's not like they're out of money, but you have to budget that money and you include in there. So that's the thing about it. Now you guess what? Your fans could cover that. That's what I'm saying. So your fans could cover that at the door. But in high school games, they only charge like $3 a head. It ain't
And that's
15
good.
bucks a head.
And that's good.
I'm saying, so it
That's
takes
a
a lot
good
of
thing.
$3.
High school, that's a good thing.
Absolutely. Hey, and in the private schools, many of those
Don't charge.
that's included. That's
don't
included in their tuition
Yeah.
at those private schools. The parents don't pay. I remember I did an event at St. John's High School one time, and parents came to the door. It's like, oh no, we don't pay. And I was like, hell, we rented this place. Didn't know this. So then you went and got the coach and made a happy medium to figure out with his folks, because that's how a lot of those are. So that's a lot of times, if you notice how when I did the Hoops Giving Classic over at let's say Houston Christian, I would always make them play last. That way now for them paying their tuition, a lot of them parents, they don't have to worry about going and struggling to find seats. That way, when they play last, most of the crowd is gone. You see, they can go and get a good seat to watch their game in their gym. Otherwise, there's gonna be emails flying everywhere. But anyway, that's the thing on that. But it's yeah, Kevin Freeman say private schools pay more for the rest. Yeah, because y'all charging more, Freeman. That's what y'all do. Y'all charging more. We're sitting around and standing at mid-court. Standing at mid-court. Hell, you ever saw Freeman referee? He don't even have a whistle.
I ain't never seen the man do nothing but smoke a cigar. That's all I've seen him do.
Hey, it's Women Rock Wednesday, man. I want to give a special shout out to good friend in the media business, Melinda Spalding, on her promotion.
Oh, what she got now?
She was responsible. She was at TSU since
I know.
I remember she was at Fox 26 News in Houston, and she went over to Texas Southern University for the last couple of years, and she was clicking over there. And of course, the past president is ousted, so a lot of people, looking to get out because it ain't gonna be the same for some people. So she was basically in charge of. She did a lot with the radio station 90.9 FM, KTSU, and she is now taking a job with Rice University, which is a hell of a resume booster for a person of like her.
Great lady. Great woman.
Now she gets diversify her portfolio, and she's running things over at Rice.
Doing what at Rice?
I think it's gonna be like community fairs. So kind of some of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Because
you said promotion. I'm thinking when you said promotion, that means within the company. So you mean she took a new gig? She took
a new gig.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that's
hey, let me tell you something. TSU lost a valuable asset. She was amazing. Speaking of TSU, them season tickets, Jimmy, they're going fast. Them President Cups, them President tickets. It's that. And they got single tickets open now for each game. And y'all do me a favor. Just not everybody just come to the one game on 7 September in the homecoming game. Y'all, those other games gonna be good too. Let's try to see, can we just fill this place up? It ain't got but 5 games the whole season. Just make a run of it. Just make it a party place to be. Somebody just other day, Jimmy said, "Man, I need 50 tickets." Jimmy, I told you this, Jimmy. This how I told Jimmy. You HBCU dude. Why they don't do this here? Let me see, can I find it? Why don't they do this no more, Jimmy? I see all the women showing up like this, like at Jackson State, Jimmy. Look at that, Jimmy. Look on the screen. Jackson State, they got 30 or 40 of them all in the same outfits like that. I want to see some of that. Jimmy, they got burgundy tights or whatever them tights there, Lululemons. They got shirts they can make and put TSU on there like that, can't they? So hey, I want to see our TSU girls do the same thing, man. The women, go get the alumni. Come on now. Come on now. Don't be thinking Jackson State do us like that. Yeah, that's Tanya's crew, Jimmy. That's Tanya's crew down there. Them girls, that's how they be looking. TSU and Prairie, I ain't leaving y'all out. Y'all can get some No, don't get no purple tights. No, I don't want you. No. You got to figure out another color tights for y'all to get. Don't get no purple. But Prairie View, y'all can do the same thing, y'all. I'm just telling. No, them ain't the dancing dogs. No, no. Those are ladies that got together, a group of them, and that's how they come to the games, man. That wasn't the dancing dolls. They might look like dancing dolls, but they ain't dancing dolls. But I just wanted to share that with y'all before we get out of here. TSU, I'm pro. See, Jimmy, you got the TSU colors on today. Yeah. I ain't got, but how many credits you got? I mean, you got about 5 credits left. Oh, Jimmy, did you hear what Coach said last night at the game? Their overseas trip, they keep a blog and they keep a count of what they're doing to players. That's count 3 credits. You get 3 credit hours for keeping a diary, a journal of your trip overseas. Were you there when Coach said that?
No, I wasn't there when he said.
Oh,
that.
okay.
And of course, so did you tell him about the red and white scrimmage last night?
I gave him my little view. You give him a little bit before you release that thing. We'll release that thing. Yeah, we'll release that thing in a minute. So what you think, Jimmy? Yeah. I fell in love with a couple of players now. I fell in love with them.
We know U of H is going to be good this season, but this particular year. They need to be better than good. They need to be great, especially when it comes to conference play. So I'm waiting to see, because it's a lot of new pieces, a lot of new players, and they have to develop. That's why this trip is so important to Australia. One of the missions is to establish the needed chemistry from the key players in this rotation or on the starting lineup that can make the smooth transition to life without Fabian White, life without Sasser, and whatnot, life without Tremont Mark. So it's I had many conversations last night, and one of the guys was like comparing the addition of LJ Cryer with the departure of Tremont Mark. I say, yes, I understand they were high school rivals, but if U of H, they greatly need LJ Cryer to not feel what Tremont Mark departed with. They need him to feel Sasser's productivity. That's what you compare LJ Cryer. That's giving him that's a degree of disrespect for LJ Cryer, who's the all-time leading scorer in Greater Houston history. I said again, in the history.
But who says that? Who's that? Who says that?
I mean, sometimes people be thinking about
don't know nothing about basketball then.
When they were rivals in high school, that ain't gonna do with the role right now.
No, I mean, I'm talking about this game right here. Why are they thinking about high school? No, Tell them dudes to think about college.
It wasn't this game. It's talking about the season. Talking about the season. That's what needed to fill or to replace would be the productivity from Sasser. LJ Cryer is going to be option 1 or option 1A in this offense this year.
Of course.
So that's what Sasser was.
Sasser, yes.
He was option 1 or option 1A.
So now Damian Dunn, Jimmy, is going to take up the slack where Tremont Marks is. I mean,
Yeah.
if you know anything about basketball, all you got to do is look at at the roster and see what's going on. I never thought about Tremont Marks and LJ swapping those. No, I mean, I didn't understand that. I mean,
Now,
well, people around me didn't say that. They didn't say that around me. I didn't hear that one. I didn't hear that one. That's a new one. That's the first time I ever heard that one.
I didn't say people said it. I said they had a conversation and one conversation. That's what it was. And actually, when that was a conversation that a couple of people had when it within the 2 week span that LJ Cry, Tremont Mark got in the portal and LJ Cry was in the portal, and they both made their announcements. One made the announcement he was leaving, other one made the announcement he was coming within a 10-day, 2 week span. And at that point, people thinking like, okay, we let go, we lose Tremont, but we get LJ. But the role was totally different. You're talking about a young man that he shoots it better than Sasa ever wished he could, and at right now. And we're talking about LJ Cry, and that's the thing. And you know, last night I think he had 6 assists to go with them 15 points. Uh, uh, last night.
LJ is requires, man.
So
This,
now,
every time he shot the ball, Jimmy, didn't you think it was gonna go in?
well, hell, he hit his first three. Then he ended up with 5 of 6 from 3-point
Yeah.
land.
But I'm just saying, every time he shot it, it looked like it's gonna go in.
One of them was like a at the end of the shot clock or something. So hell, that might be the only one
But it was right on target. It was just short.
Yeah.
Ramon Walker did not look good last night, Jimmy. Kevin Freitman just asked me. He did not look good. To me.
Walker, initially I thought that Ramon Walker would be battling this year for minutes along with Arsenal. Remember, Arsenal took Ramon minutes last year. But obviously that isn't the case, because if that was the case, they wouldn't have put them on the same team last night. Ramon and Arsenal was on the same team, and it was clearly obvious that Arsenal is a step ahead than Ramon is. It's not a discredit to Ramon.
No, not a discredit him.
But
Jimmy, this is the Big 12, Jimmy.
He's still good, but not good enough.
Yeah, this is the Big 12. This is the Big 12.
He's still good, but not good enough.
Great kid,
remember,
but they don't care nothing about that.
I mean,
they don't care nothing about that.
Guess what? I love the fact. Here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pledge to not allow anybody to sledgehammer Ramon Walker this season. And I'll tell you why. Because Ramon Walker, there were reports out there last season that he was ready to pack it in and leave.
Absolutely.
And it would have been easy, in a sense, for him to just pack it up and leave. And probably would have been another program right now. But then somebody had to convince him, tough it out, old school method. Go in there and fight for your spot. Go fight for your minutes. And then if it don't work, then you guys got to do what you got to do. But don't just burn off on the first note of you're not playing because they want to red shirt you. That's to get you. That's actually like Chris Walker says. Al. Chris Walker said it many a times on the Chop Shop. When he was a college coach.
If they red shirt you, that mean they want you.
If they red shirt you, that mean they want you. That mean they want you.
But you still got to produce when you in a basketball game, when you in practice. That's all I'm saying. You got to get better. And I tell every player that. I tell every player. I told LJ, man, I liked it, but you got to get better. I'm not going to ever tell a player. I just ain't that type of guy. I ain't going to hammer no kid. But when if you got to understand, man, you're in the Big 12 now. Every other team out there got pros on it. Let me repeat that. Every team that conference right there is one of the strongest conferences in the U.S. So it's going to be a lot expected. To whom much is given, much is required. So it's just you got to do some intangible stuff. Look, you ain't got to score, but I'm gonna be the best defender. I'm gonna be the best hustler. I'm gonna do something. When I come on the floor, somebody gonna say, "Wow!" And that's what all of those guys need when you're playing in the Big 12. It's different. You ain't got no cupcakes. Ain't no cupcakes in the Big 12.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. U of H, we were talking about it right now. They had the red and white scrimmage last night. Uh, it was a nice ambiance in the
Yes, great.
building, considering that school has not resumed for the fall semester. Um, and one of the things I want to point out, if you were or if you were not in the building, okay, here's the deal. A lot of people, a couple of months ago, U of H had an elite, they had a team camp, which has grown to become very popular in the area along in the aftermath and during their success. So the team camp, a lot of young men, right, they played well. That was back in June. Then some of those young men, U of H, got a chance to go and evaluate them during the July live periods. Then, now you fast forward, it's August now. Now it's back to business. If University of Houston deems you as a high priority recruit or prospect from the class of 2024 or 2025, then you would have gotten a personal invite from them to be in attendance
Last night.
last night.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Let me back up. One word I misstated. If you were a priority or a prospect, all prospects got invites. All prospects got invites. If you were a priority prospect, then they would have personally had somebody to place you and your family on the floor. If you were there, you would have noticed there were some young men that were seated on the floor. Those were high priority prospects. They don't have time to put 10, 12, 20 of them down there because it deserves attention to make them feel that they're exclusive because they're high priority. If you're high priority, they need a certain type of armband. I mean, I know I'm VIP mentally. When you mentally in VIP, understand, VIP is a state of mind. You can go in a room, have them put a damn velvet rope up in the half of the room in your living room right now. So, you're going to sit on one side of the rope. Now you feel a little bit better sitting on that side. That's basically the mentality of VIP. That's how people's minds are messed up on the word VIP now. Now, if you were not, that ain't the end of the world.
So,
It just puts reality in place that whatever you
U of
think
H ain't the only damn school in the world. They ain't got but 13 damn scholarships.
So guess what? Those other schools will have similar events.
Yeah.
If they deem you as a high priority prospect, they are going to want to show you off at a time when most of their boosters are in the building and it ain't and it's inclusive. That's the part about paying attention that I ask you guys to do over and over.
I saw. So it was just two. I didn't see but two.
They were the most.
I saw them too.
Most esteemed recruits in the building for U of H.
Of course. Shit.
They're trying to get them to see. Know why they put them on the floor? Well, another reason they put them on the floor, in addition to what I just explained, is because it's easy to whisk them on through to see someone like an unofficial visit. They got to go out a certain way to get to see a lock. They get to see a locker.
No. I got something else for it. I got something else for you.
The boosters are down there.
Yeah. And all their top former players came down there and spoke to those high value prospects.
They knew exactly where they were, didn't they?
Marcus Sasser came straight to a high valued asset. Prospect.
He knew exactly where he was.
Yeah, but Coach Sampson, Chief brought him right. I watch everything. Walked him right down there and said, "That's him." Right, he already told him, That's him right there. Then his sister was there. Then his mom and his dad, everybody down there. I said, wow. I like that guy. Hey, Jimmy, it's another guy that's a high value project. Jimmy, I remember I called somebody. And said, man, who is this dude right now? And somebody told me, hold up. Don't jump the gun on it. I said, yes. I said, wait a minute. I know what I saw. But that high value prospect was in the building last night.
Yeah.
And man, let me tell you something. Wait a minute. What year is Clark, Jimmy?
25.
Oh, he's 25.
The other young man, 25 too. That class, remember I told you that
Oh,
class.
both of them 25?
Both of them 25.
Got to get them. Dude. Name him. They got to get them two. They get them two. This thing rolling.
But you also notice
everybody else wants what? What else? I didn't see. What?
One of the young men was from Houston and one was from out of town.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, he's not. Yeah, he's from Houston.
Yeah.
His mother's just from New Orleans.
Yeah.
But he was born here.
Uh-huh.
The one from out of town had.
Are you intentionally not calling these names out? Don't worry about it. I'm just asking.
I don't know if it's more. I didn't want to leave nobody out.
Oh, you didn't want to leave nobody out. Yeah, that's good. Keep going.
And
I like that.
One from out of town had his dad.
That's a whole family, dude.
His grassroots coach.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And the grassroots coach he played basketball in Houston.
Okay.
And he lives out of town.
Okay.
So his parents still live in Houston.
Okay.
He lives out of town.
Okay.
And they love him. He supports him. He's one of those coaches that's in the loop and has learned a lot.
I think he watched the Chop Shop, because when I introduced myself to the kid and the dad, he said he already knew who I was. But keep going.
Okay. They watched Chop Shop then.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah.
And the other young man from Houston, his mother was here.
Mm-hmm.
And they had one representative from his grassroots
basketball team with him, yeah.
But it wasn't his coach.
But guess what?
Director, but it was one of the key people.
You know, I did a little Jimmy Hickson for you. I talked to both of them. And the grassroots coach, the one brought him in, he played for him when he was younger. He was coaching him when he was younger. So that's the relationship with that particular coach that was there.
Okay.
You follow? Because they told me that. They just told me that information. I just said, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And he made a comment. He said when the kid was young, he used to always want to dribble, but he was so tall. He said it's all right to dribble just as long as you don't turn it over. The coach said, I don't mind you dribbling. And they told me that little story last night. I just happened to do a little I guess semi-reporting last night, getting the scoop. But that was unique. But keep going. I like this. I like where you're going with this.
Yeah. And of course, in that game, pound for pound, LJ Cry is, to me right now, he's a free space in bingo. In that it's almost like you can test it out of this class. All the way to Big 12 time is when the clock starts for LJ Cry.
Right.
It don't matter what he does right now. We know what he's supposed to do and what he's capable of doing. So we don't have to dare question that.
And Shed. You don't have to question Shed either.
No, I'm talking about the new guy. Yeah, you don't have to question Shed.
You're talking about the new guy. Okay.
Shed looked like he was a bit out of sync last night. Like maybe he had put too much weight on. And you don't know how to play with that new weight on his frame.
You look like a football player right now.
And guess what? Some people may have told him you got to get stronger. He went out there and tested the water. You talked to some GMs, and that may be what some of them may have influenced him to do. You need to get stronger. Which yes, all guards have room to get. Most guards have a room to get stronger because those dudes that you see on TV, In the NBA, them dudes are stronger than you can imagine.
But their bodies ain't looking too much like Chris Paul. His body type, I would want him to be like Chris Paul. Chris Paul, when you see him in person, now he looked big on TV to me, but when you see him in person, but he's strong as a bull. So, but I think he got time. Jamal got time. He got time.
I mean,
But you're right. He wasn't as dominant. He wasn't as dominant.
and they put him and LJ Crown out for the team, so they had to defend each other a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
And guess what? Shed just didn't shoot it well. Just just give me bluntly about it.
Yeah.
He was 4 for 13 from the floor.
Yeah.
1 for 5 from 3-point land. He just didn't shoot it well.
Right.
Period. He played well.
He played well.
But he didn't shoot it well.
But he lost.
And his team lost. LJ Crown played great. Sometimes good ain't good enough. Now, I'm going to tell you something.
I know you like Emmanuel Sharp.
I'm going with JoJo Tugler.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Hey.
Oh, my. That's all I got to say. I done talked about him already, but. My goodness.
Right here. Hold on, we got it right here.
My goodness. That's all I got to say. Anytime I mention JoJo Tugler, it's my goodness.
This young man right here, understand the difference. Just 120 days ago, some odd days ago, he was playing high school basketball. Just 2 months ago, he was still in high school, getting ready to walk across the stage. He came into this program, and he reminds me of the energy that he could duplicate Walker's productivity.
Absolutely. But Walker can shoot. I don't know how good Tugler can shoot. Walker can shoot.
If Tugler can somewhat come within smelling distance of what the Cougars lost with Walker. What did he average? 13 and 8?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Somebody can, if you mind looking it up and let us know, what did Walker average last season with the University of Houston? Because if Tugler can get in that rim,
oh my
goodness, a big team to field,
and would throw your stuff out of there if you come in there weak with it.
If you can get there, then this team is going to be very scary and it's going to help with recruiting a great deal. Remember, U of H has been pushing guys out into that NBA lately. So they ain't just telling you, they're not recruiting players to say how much time you're going to play. They telling you, they're not just recruiting you, telling you you're going to get some NIL now.
Right.
They got a little half bag. Mattress Mac from Gallery Furniture gave a $1 million bag to be dispersed amongst the players himself. So this dude, JoJo Tugler, last night, he's the guy that I'm going to be keeping my eye on the box score. I'm going to be watching a couple of live streams if they have them from Australia, because at this point, nobody is scouting for him. They have nothing to scout for with him. He's an incoming freshman. Well, he's a freshman now because he enrolled in summer school, so you're a student. He hadn't even started the fall semester yet. But JoJo Tugler, guys.
Yeah. He different. Somebody told me about him. I tried to call him yesterday to tell him, man, you told me about this kid. It's one dude been banging me about this kid for years. I was thinking he was the kid's groupie. But guess what? He's the truth. He's the truth. 11-6, Jimmy.
I said 13-8.
And guess what he had last night? Guess what he had?
He had 13 points, I know for sure.
But let me see, rebound. He'll have 3 rebounds, though.
So if JoJo Tugler, again, if he can eclipse that average. Remember, think about it. This dude went in the lottery. He went in the lottery averaging 11 points and 6 rebounds a
That's
game.
all you got,
What
Jimmy.
the hell are y'all teaching these kids mentally? You gotta let them kids understand what all it takes. It don't take.
No, Jimmy. Be a star in your role. That's what they watching. Be a star in your. Oh no, Chris McDermott was not there.
Chris McDermott is not being recruited by
U of H. No.
He's not a priority recruit for them. And that's okay for Chris McDermott.
No.
Guys. The class of 2024. Class of 2024.
Right.
Understand. U of H had the big, what's the big 7 foot, what his number was last night, Hatter? The 7 foot freshman. They're going to probably redshirt him.
Oh, I love him.
What's his last name?
McFarland.
Jacob McFarland.
Yeah.
So Jacob McFarland is who University of Houston. He's their version of what Chris Harris was 6-7 years ago.
No, Jimmy. I'll take him over Chris Harris. Hell no. He better than Chris Harris as a freshman, Jimmy.
Chris Harris, when he got there, was a red shirt.
No, I'm just telling you, this kid is better than him.
That kid he gonna red shirt, whether you bet or not. That role is gonna be a red shirt.
That's all I'm saying.
Unless somebody get hurt. They're gonna red shirt him. So my point is, Robert Miller is in Houston, and a kid like Robert Miller, if you're not a willing participant as a possible red shirt or possible single digits minutes per game as a freshman going to that program with what they have to work with, you're probably not, you probably need to keep on going down the road. And that's the thing. So U of H has another year left for JVL Francis as a rim protector. This young man, McFarland, is going to be serviceable, very productive next season for this Cougars. And they're going to always get one out of the portal that's going to be experienced if they choose to do so. They have done so each of the past couple of years. So I'm saying, so that's probably why now Chris McDermott, this Big 12, Chris McDermott, he came to U of H, they would change his position.
Okay.
Probably.
What about Robert Miller?
Robert Miller, that's what I'm saying. He would have to be in the pecking order behind those guys. Those guys are going to be, that means
they're going to be better next year. Right.
It's not like a wing or a guard. It's only one center on the court at each time. Robert Miller can shoot it pretty good from outside. I saw him at 5 threes in one game, but that was one game. I haven't seen him in 5 threes ever since then. You follow me? So that doesn't mean that might have been in other words, the game I saw him at 5 threes, I'm a witness to that. But is anybody else is a witness to him having 5 threes in another game? So that's not the norm. That's not the norm. We all have a game whereas we can remember it for the rest of our lives. So I love Robert Miller. You guys know I've been banging the table on him for months. However, certain programs, certain coaches, they look for what fit them. They may want Robert Miller. They probably would take Robert Miller. But Robert Miller would not be a happy soldier. Or would he?
Robert Miller is what year?
24.
But in the next year, you got John Clark coming behind him?
Behind him. So they'd rather put eggs in that batch, and they're going after John Clark.
Got to go after John Clark.
And understand the connection. I said it earlier to you parents when it comes to relationships. John Clark's mother is from New Orleans. There's 2 guys on that staff from New Orleans with the Cougars. And Hollis Price and Quantas.
Good point.
Right.
That's a good point.
Quantas White.
White, yeah.
They're from New Orleans.
That's
New
right.
Orleans isn't, if you go look up in the almanac, New Orleans is probably about 60 square miles, tops.
All them people know each other, man.
That's my point. That's my point. I mean, seriously, it's not that large. It's about 60
Where do you
square
think
miles.
LJ's parents from?
I know from Louisiana. He went to.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, Quantas White helped with the recruiting. LJ on this trip.
Now you can connect the dots.
Yeah.
They work on that New Orleans people in Houston.
Yeah.
It's a fraternity.
They do,
and a
man.
sorority
Yes.
rolled up in one.
They really
that they have that
cut
if you
for
don't
each other.
know nothing about them,
They cut
people,
for each other.
Your ass would be in a rude awakening because they have a connection.
They cut for each other, man. Absolutely.
They do.
Absolutely.
And it ain't got to be crawfish season for them to cut for each other.
They don't.
Either. So that's the connection that's hard.
Yeah. It's a good point.
And you can look and tell when kids are on campuses, are they happy to be there, or are they just going through the motions, or have they gone Hollywood? Young fella like that was happy as hell to be there last night.
Man, John Clark was happy, man.
He was happy as hell. So you got to.
Yes.
I evaluate people.
Yeah, I watched him. He was happy, man.
Some people have to just have an ability or a gift to evaluate basketball players or football players or baseball players. I have a gift to evaluate people. And it comes from like back in the old days. First of all, you can measure. We all have a sense or a sensor that can measure. Like dogs, a dog can be on the other side of the yard, and they can sense if you have good or evil in your heart.
Man, if you don't tell this story, trying to tell what's the story?
They can sense that. So I had the gift of
what did you sense last night?
That he was happy to be there.
Yes.
I laid it out. That was my thesis of the conversation.
Oh, okay.
I said he was happy to be there. And explain to you, I'm watching him. I evaluate him. You could tell that. It's simple.
He was. Man, me talking to him.
I can walk in the room and I can see a guy on the other side of the room, and I know that guy can see me walk in the room. And if we on the room and that guy got to walk out, if that guy don't come speak to me, that means that guy didn't want to speak to me.
Yeah.
I know if I don't want to speak to him now, I'm just talking about he may not have a gift to measure me like that. But I know if he walk in and he got to walk in, he got to walk there, and I see him, he over there, and he walk out. I mean, he didn't want to speak to me. So I evaluate people. So I mean, I chalk it up in my receipts. So that means he got something. If I had some money for him, he'd have came and spoke to me. Shit. Nobody was in that situation last night. So you guys start thinking. I'm just giving you guys an example.
That dude, John Clark, and it's so funny you saying that. When I'm sitting there talking to him and the young man he was with, it was just and you know what I like about him? He's a young 16-year-old boy. He was being a kid. He was being who he is. He wasn't, he was just so cool. And I was just telling him the first time I've seen him play, and people were talking about it, then I saw you play. He was different. You're right. He was more than happy to be there. It's a privilege. You got to understand, people weren't talking about this kid not too long ago now. People were not talking about this kid.
Now the thing is, that class, and that's why I'm glad, because it can be detrimental to the class of 2025 based on the factuals that are on the table from the city of Houston.
Okay.
In the past 6 years. When it comes to rankings. And we've said it several times, and one of the reasons, I mean, talent is talent, but one of the reasons that it was easy for DFW to thrive with the talent that they had. You got to have talent, but it was easier for them to thrive because no single person published individual rankings within the DFW, public rankings. They have people that cover the state rankings. They had some people that had rankings, and they had them secluded in private for the coaches, but nobody did them publicly. So it was easier for a guy to go and make 6 different parents believe that your kid is the best kid in this city because there's no
metric.
rankings list
No metric.
that serves as evidence that he's lying or he's not telling the truth. So that was easy for the whole city to do. All these dudes, the best dude, they all equal. So there was no number 6 at no point. They were all bundled. Is all or none. You take all 6 of these, or you don't know what you're doing. So in Houston, with this class of 2025, it's the deepest class that this area has had since 2012. And 2012 was the deepest class that the city has had, talking about with high major talent, since 2003. Then 2003 was the deepest class since 2001, which is the all-time top heaviest class in the history of Greater Houston basketball, in modern day history of Greater Houston basketball. 2001 had at least 4 NBA players that Kendrick Perkins, Indy Eby, John Lucas, TJ Ford, Daniel didn't make it there. He just went to summer league. He made it to camp, so he didn't.
No, Daniel made it in the league. What are you talking about?
Oh, he made the Clippers. That's right. So that's Daniel. That's 5. Emeka Okafor. That's 6. Lawrence Roberts. That's 7. 7 NBA guys from this one city. So in case, and I'm missing one. I'm missing one more.
But come on now, Coach. You know you got to make an announcement.
2003, Kendrick Perkins. 2003, Indy Eby, Cartier Martin, Von Wafer. That's the class that also had, Lanny Smith, Tag Minor, those guys, Marcus Hall, and all those guys. Now, 2012 had a lot of those guys didn't pan out, but that class was deep for high school. They was producing in high school.
It was a whole lot of high majors too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They were in high school. They were your LJ
for college.
Yeah, from high school to college, and from college what's his name?
Rashid,
LJ Rose,
Rashid
J. Michael Reese, Warner Bell, Damon Dotson, Rashid Suleiman. All those guys was in that class. I'm shortening a whole bunch of more. Now, fast forward to this class. It's best as if the rankings, right?
Paul Miranda crazy, man. He talking about going way back. Forget him, man. Forget him. Come on, man.
Going way back reading what he said.
Leave him alone. He just hate.
No. Paul Miranda. He said you stop bringing DFWs. You guys are the measuring stick. Whenever you're the measuring stick, you're the measuring stick.
We're gonna talk about
anybody that say that they're deep. Any city that says they're deep now is eventually, if they're that deep, it's going to be, and eventually you're going to be compared to DFW deep. Was they that deep to have this many guys get drafted in the NBA? Eventually, time will tell. We don't know that. But were they that deep to have this many McDonald's All-Americans out of one class? It's going to tell in due time. This 2025, here's the thing. When I said I was glad that I'm getting to, is that after 2023, no longer will RCS Sports be doing rankings. I'm abandoning the practice of ranking high school kids, period. I probably would still rank teams just for the novelty of it, because teams you got to do them week to week. It's harder to be on top of ranking kids, 50, 100, 200 kids every doggone week. You never have time to do anything else. But it's easy to do some teams.
So when is the last rank? When is the last rank?
I was going to not do them in the magazine, but I don't have my structure in place on my replacement on how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to probably just go through the magazine, which the magazine will be the last rip, on the rankings. It might be the last rip.
Damon Dotson too. Damon Dotson in 2000.
I named Damon. in there. So my point is this: that makes it good for me, for the city, when I can now bundle all of that class into that one bundle. These guys are good. Remember, you're marketing the class of 2025 and our high majors. Then a person may challenge you and say, well, name those high majors for me. Now you get to name them all for that coach or that person. That serves everybody equally well, because if they see your list, then they're going to say, well, you talking this good about this kid, then why you got him number 6? Why you got him number 8? If he's good as number 1. Listen, man. Sebastian Williams Adams just got invited to the Under Armour Elite 24. I can't remember if there's ever been a 10th grader from this city, from the state of Texas, that's got invited to Under Armour Elite 24 as a rising junior. May have been one, I just can't remember. So understand. So you know what that means? That means somebody within Under Armour who've seen a lot of the freshmen. That means they didn't invite nobody from none of the Under Armour programs in the state or the joining state. They said, we like him better enough to where he could be one of our top 24 players in the country. See, once you've been anointed, this young man also got invited to USA Basketball. He didn't make the team. Neither did Nigel Walls, but they got invited, right? But once this is how this stuff works. I'm giving you guys a crash course. I got to get the hell up out of here. But once you get invited to stuff like that, if we back home say, man, why they invite him? Why they invite John Clark? You can't do that like that. Let him go there and perform first. If he performs well, then we get on Under Armour ass and say, you was looking at 10th graders at 2025s. We had 3-4 more. You could invite you invited him. Now you see what he did. We had 2-3 more with a bust the rim off that thing. One of them, they ain't play for sneaker ball this summer. Earned de facto out the gates. So that's how it's done. So that way now, Sebastian Henderson from Bel Air, Nigel.
Not Sebastian Henderson. Shelton.
I said Sebastian. I mixed them together. A bundle.
I
bundled the name together.
Bundling. Keep on bundling. You sound like that lady on that damn commercial. What's that insurance?
Flo?
Yeah, Flo. Flo say, I got the bundle for your ass. But keep going.
So let me tell y'all something. For Under Armour to invite Sebastian, listen to me carefully. That means at no time soon, unless Sebastian got to go up there next weekend to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be right there courtside. Because whenever a young pig get invited like that, see, I got to be there to bang the table.
I might go too.
I got to be there to bang the table. I got a meeting out there anyway. See my new cat that's over, down there. Shake hands with my overtime folk. A lot of them are gone. Go see my young nephew Matt. He comes watch the Chop Shop a lot. Matt the mayor and all that right there. And but here's what I'm getting at. Montana Wheeler played the whole circuit of Under Armour.
And they didn't invite him.
He played 17s. Then he qualified with them with 16s. Montana Wheeler didn't get the invite. They went and got a kid that played on a Nike circuit for the last 2 years. And they invited him. You know why they invited him from there? Because they want him to be part of their future. Whenever they invite a young boy like that. That's how the game goes. It's like getting the kid and moving him up. Now they get to tell him, this right here.
This is how we do it over here.
We're going to make you one of our signature guys next year. Come on, join the family. Let's woo you.
Well, could it have been any reason that the kid said, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to an Under Armour event. Like Kobe long time ago.
They didn't sell this as that. They didn't remember this event. Remember Justice Winslow went to this event when he
Okay.
was a
So,
rising.
but you mentioned Under Armour.
It's an Under Armour event, but they don't just get Under Armour kids now. To be in all
Okay,
fairness,
I got
it
you.
ain't just. That's why they went and got Sheldon. It ain't.
Okay.
They go get the best they can find.
Okay. All right. Okay.
They get the best they can find.
I
Remember, they had
got
this thing. This event has been in California on the beach. It has been in New York under the bridge.
you. That's
It
right.
has been. It has been in the Bahamas. They
Right.
done did this event. This event here done been. This event is prestigious,
Okay.
and Under Armour throws all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, I
into
heard
it.
about this event.
So my
Well,
point, like I said, so that means it's a great time. If Sebastian goes there,
and
remember,
show
we
out.
don't have to play great, but if he plays good enough, we can't hold that back. That's like testing out. That's a higher level of talent than playing well down here in the Chitlin circuit. With reward him rightfully so.
All right, let's get to these girls, man. We'll talk about it
So
again because I got to get
now
out of here.
the schedule for the girls kickoff classic, which will take place Saturday, November the 4th. Saturday, November the 4th, guys, at Delmar Fieldhouse, which is located right in the heart of Houston. There's going to be 6 games on that day starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. These are girls. It's our first ever girls event. 10 o'clock that morning, Willie Pokey Patrick, who was just named the head coach of Bel Air High School girls basketball, will make his debut against Fort Bend Dulles High School. Bel Air and Dulles at 10 a.m. That will be followed by another HISD playoff power. Lamar High School will take on Dickinson. That's 11:30. At 1 p.m., Humble High School will take on Cypress Creek girls. At 2:30, we have C.E. King girls basketball varsity taking on Spring Branch Memorial High School. That's Memorial High School, which is in Spring Branch. At 4 p.m., Shadow Creek will take on Clear Brook. That's a hell of a showdown. And last but not least, at 5:30 that evening, Summer Creek High School will take on Grand Oaks. They are in Conroe ISD. They are a relatively new school, but if you go Google that school and put girls basketball, and you will see that they won 16 all 16 district games, and they have virtually everybody coming back this season. That is the Houston area girls kickoff classic, November the 4th. That's a Saturday, the first weekend of the regular season for girls basketball. And this is our RCS Sports, our first event. I think we did pretty good with those 6 teams. With those 12 teams and 6 games. And we have tickets going on sale in October. So you guys can we'll have more information and more details on that. But that's the kickoff classic. Make sure you get out and support this event. We expecting a great ambiance for this event down at Delmar. I'm telling you, we got a lot of stuff planned. And watch, a lot of you guys like to sit around and wait. Just watch. Wait and watch. And then know what you're gonna say? You're gonna say like most of you guys say, you know what? I don't really agree with everything he say, but boy, he can run some good damn events. Them scholastic events for sure.
Jimmy Palmer ran, there's something wrong with him, man. He said, why would he go straight girls and he got the best boys events? I mean, I'm gonna leave that alone. But Jimmy, yeah, Jimmy, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Paul, tell me that's what he heard. I don't know what the hell you go look. Ain't you got his number? Jimmy, just hold on. You got Jimmy, but Jimmy, let me tell you something. I just got this hot off the press, Jimmy. TSU's non-conference schedule, Jimmy. New Mexico, Arizona State, Virginia, Purdue, Drake, Oral Roberts, Creighton, the HBCU Challenge, North Carolina A&T, the HBCU and Challenge, Harvard, Sanford, and the CBS College non-division. Who was this other? Somebody on CBS College. I forgot who that other person is. But let me tell you something, Jimmy. It's on down there on what's the name of that street? On down there on Ennis, Ennis and Blanche. But Palmer Riley, we'll talk to you tomorrow, man.
And before we get up out of here, make sure you share the show if you haven't done so, guys. Share the show on your way out the door. Yes, we're gonna keep the magazine. Magazine will incorporate girls and boys. We're gonna do girls events now.
Oh, the magazine gonna have girls in it too.
Yeah. That's just a little bit this year, then a little bit more next year, then a lot more bit more the year after that, as we incorporate a lot of the scholastic events that we do for boys. We will double down and do the same for a lot of them and girls, especially during the fall season. So as we go and make the transition into it, guess what? There's nobody doing good girls events in the city.
That's good.
Everybody coming in from out of town or affiliated with a grassroots program. There's no independent guy that's putting their resources up under these young ladies. I'm putting my money up under these young ladies. I have 0 sponsors. If you want to join me as a partner, I welcome you to come on, as I did with the boys. I didn't wait around on nobody to come in. I sponsored my own stuff 100% from day one. I don't think I got a sponsor till Mo came around. To Boost Mobile came around. That's maybe about 7 years ago.
Well, guess what? I got a special guest watching the show right now. QB1 Andrew Body is watching the Chop Shop right now. But my favorite count quarterback in the world, my dude is on watching the Chop Shop right now. Yeah.
Look what color I got on. You know what? I need to get him one of these. This is a dry fit. I need to give him one of these to wear up under his stuff. That way now they're gonna give him superpowers. See this right here? When you got this on your chest, you get superpower. You got the lid.
Jimmy, did you see him at the SWAC? Did you see him at the SWAC thing?
He was suited and booted.
Suited
and booted.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
what you got to tell? What you got to tell QB1 right now?
He beat Prairie View. I got a lead for him. I'm gonna give him a good
man.
lead.
You can't give him nothing, man. Don't you? You can't do that over there.
No. I know where he can find a good lead.
Okay, there you go.
That somebody's gonna drop as they walking. They're gonna be. I'm forecasting. They're gonna be walking. They're just gonna drop the lid, and it's gonna be a clean lid in the after some play. And that way you can get it. You get the lid like on that silhouette. You get that lid, and you can tilt it to the side. Like that there, and boy, it's gonna change his whole life. It's most superpower. As long as you put Prairie View, we good to go. You ain't gotta do nothing else. Beat Prairie, beat PV, and we good to go with that right there. But anyway, man, hey, I have a message. Anybody seen Rod Wells? Because
boy, they shot a no-no, man. Y'all had a no-no last night, man.
Astro did a no-hitter to bring in Verlander with in grand fashion. And I had something that today in my when I got the local newspaper at the driveway, I go walk to the end of the gate, and I look up my paper. I open it up. My driver must have watched the paper lady must watch the Chop Shop. She done went in there and wrote some message. She say, "Look,
feel like opening what?"
He said, "Attention, Roy Wells." That's for him. She wrote a message for Roy Wells. Look.
Wow. See, Jimmy, you know what? Much as I got to cheer for Verlander, I just want to cheer against you and Mindy. I just hate I got to agree with you and Mindy right now.
That's my buddy right there, man. Hey, that's my drinking buddy. Look.
I just hate it that I got to cheer for you and Mindy, man. With y'all, I don't want to cheer with y'all. Y'all get another team. Y'all get another team.
Hey,
They got my man, the V man is in the building.
Hey, we're gonna highlight it so you can see
Hey,
all the way.
hey, your
That's what
homeboy talking about let's go Rangers. Your homeboy, you know who that? Paul Miranda. Paul Miranda being an antagonist today. I'm not gonna join the Rangers, dude.
Hey, do you understand?
I got Kate Upton back. I mean Verlander back in town.
Do y'all understand something that
What? Talk to me,
in
because I got to
Houston,
get out of here.
in Houston, it's the last point.
Okay.
And I'll let you guys soak on this, so you gotta understand something. Way back in the days, we had "Love You Blue." That was a slogan for the Houston Oilers, right? And the city fell in love with "Love You Blue." But truth be told, "Love You Blue" never made it to the Super Bowl. They never got to the finals. They just kept us filled with hope, and it was short-lived. It was there, but they never won anything. Then our next thing that we could fall in love with, we had the Astros for back in the early 80s with Mike Scott, J.R. Ewing, all those guys. But they didn't, J.R. Richard, but they never made it to the championship. Then the Rockets came in the early 90s. But that was only 2 years of short-lived success. After that, Michael Jordan came back, and all of a sudden things changed. They gutted the team out, ended up trading and getting Scottie Pippen and, moving Pippen, whatever, get Bark, whatever, all this stuff right there. So then, meanwhile, we had the Houston Comets. Well, before the city could totally embrace them, they won this thing three years in a row. That was our only true dynasty. But they departed and folded up the tent before we can actually find the residual effect of the Houston Comets. So the next thing that we had, has been these Astros. This is the only true dynasty that the city has ever had for its men's sports is the Houston Astros right now. And even though only one team can win it all, you have to like what they're doing right now. You have to like what the new general manager, who's a brother, is doing right now. He's going and made that owner go and take this deal to get Verlander back. The Mets are going to eat up a lot of that contract.
Cause of your cheap ass owner. I keep talking about he shouldn't have never left.
No, but what I learned,
Cheap ass owner y'all got.
What I learned was how the people with the Mets, they outbidded everybody. That nobody.
Damn it, but they don't have a salary cap.
They was giving this dude 80. Think about it.
So why don't you give Jim Crane got it?
He wasn't willing to do that. You getting him right back on pennies on the
cheap
dollar.
ass.
So we got him back anyway. So that means we have to lock in. We only gonna be locked in for maybe 30 million. We're good. We give up 2 prospects. People say, "Oh man, you don't gut your farm club." Wait a minute. Have you looked at the age of our people in those positions right now for the Astros? Have you looked and realized that we have a surplus of talent on the field right now? So that means guys that are already on the bench, like Dubon.
Dude, the man should have paid that bread for Verlander at first. Then we wouldn't have to give up our farm kids.
Where the farm kids gonna play at any time soon, Hal?
I don't care where they gonna play.
So what they gonna do?
Cheap ass. Why you trying to save his ass money?
You plant seeds and you hope that you can, if you need them, when it's time for them to sprout. We, by the way of other guys that were in front of them, that's already in the majors, so they don't count them. See, a guy like Dubon, look at a guy like Hunter, remember Hunter Brown? We talked about him last year. Hunter Brown is not listed amongst the Astros.
Jimmy, I got to get out of here, man.
He's not listed on the prospects because he's in the majors right now.
I'm not fit out. You keep trying to save Jim Crane sorry ass some money. Pay, man. Quit being so goddamn cheap.
Pay for what? When we got him for a little bit of nothing.
But then you could have had him all the time.
For what?
You sure let us say that. Let that white man pay that man.
We got Abreu with that money that he was going to give Verlander, that he could have given.
Jimmy, they ain't got no salary cap.
In Houston, you got a self-imposed one. It's always been that way.
Tighter than the gut, tighter than the nuts on the Golden Gate Bridge.
New York Yankees, New York Mets, the Dodgers. That works for them. That don't work. That don't work down in H-Town. And guess what? Our salary cap, which the Mets, they was like $130-something million more on their team revenues than the Astros this season. And how's that working out? Ain't but 15 teams in the National League. They in 11th place. Astros. Hey.
You can have. I like the Astros, but I don't like the owner. How about that? I like Verlander, so I would be back. Smooth Sailing Auto Transport, he can be a sponsor. Mike said he'll help sponsor you. Smooth Sailing. Yeah.
Oh, I'll take that. That'll be good for those. That'll be good for the girls event. That's it.
Say no more. Well, I'm out of here. I see y'all. I see y'all mañana.
So,
we out of here, man. I gotta go, man. They waiting on me. I hit that button.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.